Brilliance Audio.
Bed Stuy by Jerry Mcgill, performed by Preston Butler III. For Doreen, the most underappreciated person I know, thank you for passing on your strength. It is a peculiar sensation, this double consciousness, this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others. One feels his two-ness, an American, a Negro, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings, two warring ideals in one dark body. W.E.B. Du Bois. An old black ram is tupping your white ewe. Arise, arise. Iago. 1. Of course Flame played a role. Flame had so much to do with his life. He remembered vividly how his mother would leave him and his brother alone all night, just children, while she hit the clubs with her girlfriends. He and Darnell had grown up fiercely independent, but on one particular February night, he fucked up. Bad. As it often happened in their Bedford-Stuyvesant apartment complex, the lights went out. They called it a power failure. It seemed like power had been failing him all his life. In this case, it meant no more television for him and his brother. But they needed to see. So he lit candles, 6, maybe 8 of them, placed them in the kitchen and in their bedroom. Eventually, they both fell asleep. The smoke was the most devastating aspect, but he witnessed the violence of the heat, bright and infuriating. It was like a lizard's tongue lashing everything around it, with a searing intensity that reminded him just how small and weak he was. Humans didn't stand a chance against nature. Never did. The flame never reached his skin, but it touched Darnell. It touched Darnell the way acid rain touched a paper plate. The left side of Darnell's skinny body would never be the same again. When the threat was over, the fireman asked the boys, "Why were you alone tonight?" Darnell, in fresh bandages, knew to clam up in the presence of white authority. Darnell didn't make the smart choices in life. But unlike Rashid, he shared his mother's street smarts. It was Rashid who foolishly uttered, "She leaves us alone a lot." When his mother finally got home, euphoric off a night of dance and weed, the authorities confronted her with allegations of abandonment. The claim never went anywhere, but a certain damage had been done. A trust between the youngest son and his formidable mother had been eroded. Darnell became the one she expected to do the right thing. Flame taught Rashid a lot about the way things can collapse in the world, and that smoke, like disappointment, can spread rapidly, sticking to the walls forever. But now, so many years later, Flame was revealing something beautiful to him. For as he lit his cigarette in the cold, windy alley behind Comforty's, she came out to join him. She'd even brought her own cigarette. It looked a lot fancier than his, slim and pristine. 2 years later, he would shake his head on the subway platform when he heard that song of theirs, and he would feel one small regret. I should have just walked away. But in that first shared moment, as he lit her cigarette, hand steady like a deer in headlights, he watched Rachel Pollack, took in her features, noticed there was a confidence about the way she stood in her flesh. Her skin was illuminated like the blood of peaches, and he thought that this must be a rare instance where flame could bring two people together. She had to cup her hands around his to keep the lighter from going out. The flame dabbed at her fingertips playfully. Her hands were softer than those of the other white women he knew. "Sorry about my mother," she said. "It's cool. I'm used to it." "That doesn't make it okay. She is getting worse with age. I'm sorry." "Really, it's fine." "No, it's not fine. Your job is hard enough. Dealing with rudeness from people you serve shouldn't be a part of it." "It's okay, ma'am. You're..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?